Well, first, we begin with some breaking news. Metro Police announcing that an officer involved in a deadly crash has resigned today. And hello, everybody. I'm Connie Leonard. Thanks for joining us here at 5.
And I'm Doug Proffitt. Here's what we know tonight. In April, Alyssa Beagle was speeding on Fern Valley Road without her lights or sirens on in her official police cruiser. Heading to an emergency call, she then crashed into another car. Now, take a look at this. This is the actual video from her police cruiser, showing her weaving in and out of traffic before hitting 61-year-old Charles Briscoe. He died at the scene. Louisville Metro Police Chief Paul Humphrey had originally determined a 30-day suspension was appropriate, but Beagle resigned before that went into effect.
Also, just into the newsroom, Devon Holt has stepped down as president and CEO of the Muhammad Ali Center. The center's board of directors said Holt made the decision to step down, and his transition from the role is on October 24th. Holt was the 7th CEO and the first from West Louisville to lead the museum since it opened 19 years ago. Lonnie Ali, co-founder and wife of Muhammad Ali, will now serve as interim president and CEO. Officials say an international search for a permanent CEO will begin soon. A Newburgh house fire turned deadly today. A person recovering in the hospital has now died. The whole thing happened yesterday morning on Monticello Road. We told you about it. Fern Creek, Jeffersontown, Okolona fire crews responded to that house fire where heavy smoke was pouring out. When doing a search, they found a man inside. He was taken to the hospital where Assistant Fire Chief Dwayne Hutchins said he died from his injuries. Investigators are working to determine the cause of that fire.
And now one of our top stories for you at 5 from the WHAS11 drone. There's the backup today on the 2nd Street Bridge over the Ohio River right into downtown Louisville. You know, if you've driven into downtown lately, you have seen this. Maybe even you've been caught in it. Now it's causing major traffic headaches. A permanent change on the Clark Memorial Bridge is causing the backups. You may have noticed there's now only one right turn lane to exit the Clark Memorial Bridge. And previously, there were 2 of them.
And I've been hearing about this traffic problem. Last month, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet consolidated them to expand the sidewalk near the Yum Center. And our Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Connie Offit are live at that intersection. So, Alexandra, it is rush hour. So what's it looking like out there?
Yeah, well, this is something you definitely don't want to get stuck in, but rush hour or not, these cars coming into Louisville are lined up way back there, waiting to turn right on Main Street. And this is the change right here where I'm standing. This used to be a lane where cars could sort of slip in and turn right, but now this has been paved over as an extended sidewalk. And while some are saying that these pedestrian safety changes have been a long time coming, others say the traffic is a headache.
I called my coworker. I said, man, I'm coming. I'm on my way. I said, I can't turn off the bridge.
Chef Audrey Reyes' daily commute from southern Indiana to her job at the Yum Center is becoming increasingly stressful.
I have to leave my house an hour early to get to work on time, when usually it used to take me 13, 15 minutes.
The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has consolidated the 2 right turn lanes off the Clark Memorial Bridge into one, expanding the sidewalk for pedestrians.
This is Main Street, Louisville, Kentucky, and it's just been a car sewer.
Chris Glasser, president of the nonprofit Streets for Louisville, celebrates the change to a more traditional intersection.
More right angle turn lanes are generally seen as safer for pedestrians and slowing traffic.
Widening the sidewalk for foot traffic. You can see here, this is where the slip lane was cemented over.
For pedestrians, it's, these slip lanes are generally not safe. They, widen the length of the road, and drivers, the visibility for drivers turning across the lanes for pedestrians tends to be poor.
But Reyes says her commute has at least tripled in time. Stuck in standstill traffic on the bridge, just waiting to turn off.
A lot worse, because that holds up the traffic. When you get to the bottom where you usually turn at, they open it up a little bit, but it's still backed up.
This is just one change KYTC is implementing in the main remade project downtown. Ongoing construction will convert one-way traffic to two-way traffic.
And this is early of the day, so just imagine when we have a basketball game or anything that goes on in here, it's really going to be congested in conjunction.
As backup builds on the Clark Memorial Bridge, the path grows for folks on foot. Well, as you saw in that drone video, the standstill traffic reaches for nearly a third of the bridge with the U of L exhibition game coming up, that first one later this month. Well, plan accordingly. Live in Louisville, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS11 on your side. Connie, Doug.
Right. Thank you so much, Alexandra. Well, a Jefferson County Fire District is adding an EMS division, a move they believe will cut down response time and save lives. Fairdale's fire chief says they have set aside $4 million for that division, which will help add personnel, more equipment, and 3 ambulances for Chief Carrie Blevins. This is personal. In 2021, her mother suffered a massive heart attack and died. She says it took EMS personnel 30 minutes to respond.
I don't want anybody in the community to go through what I did with that response time, wondering if quicker transport might have saved something. So we want to do our part by adding 1 ambulance at this time to help that response time to come down.
And that division is expected to launch by January of 2026.
Well, we've made it to midweek. It is Wednesday here in Kentucky. Anna, we had a little bit of a cloud cover go over today.
Yep.
Kept the temperatures just amazing once again on this fall week.
Oh, yeah. I know. I was telling Matt Breland, who's in for Mallory this week, that, you know, we're going to get used to this, but then we're going to be getting some bad weather coming up this
sooner
Saturday.
or later.
And you know, that's how it goes for us here. As soon as we get used to one weather pattern, it changes on us. And that's what we're expecting as we head into this weekend. You'll notice right now on satellite and radar, some clouds are trying to make their way closer towards us here in Louisville. There's still a lot of dry air in place, so they're really struggling on holding their structure as they continue to make their way farther off towards the south. As we head into the next upcoming hours, these dew points are going to really help us out with keeping our skies still mostly clear as we go into the evening time. Those dew points are still ranging into the mid-50s, and our actual temperatures are still in the 70s right now across downtown. So a few of those clouds trying to pass into our skies, they'll linger around for a few brief hours, and then as we head later on into the nighttime, we'll see them begin to break apart. North winds really continuing to keep us dry and quiet as we go throughout the remainder of this evening. Once we enter the night, that's whenever those cooler temperatures start to arrive. Past 11 p.m., I'm expecting temperatures to start dropping back into the upper 50s. That's whenever we're going to have a bit of a cooler start for our Thursday, expecting temperatures to only reach the upper 60s, lower 70s. Tonight, just a few of those passing clouds and those cooler temperatures right around the lower 50s for us in Louisville. And as we head throughout our day tomorrow, we will see those temperatures make their way back into the 70s. So hopping off the school bus tomorrow, on your way home, 71 for the high. More weather details coming up soon. Doug, Connie?
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Matt. Louisville Metro Police is stepping up its leadership training. Today, the department announced a new Tri-City Police Leadership Academy with Knoxville and Metro Nashville Police. Police from those departments have teamed up to develop a police leadership academy for the people that are supervising officers on the streets. That's sergeants, lieutenants, and other professional staff. LMPD says right now there are 10 participants from each police department who are learning leadership development, business, and research tactics. Deputy Chief Emily McKinley says the idea came up because the 3 police chiefs have a close relationship.
They were together at another conference and said, hey, we need a leadership development in each one of their agencies. And then they were like, why don't we come up together and put one together with our agencies? We're all about 3 hours away from each other.
Now that program runs 1 week per month and rotates between the 3 cities involved. The participants are in Knoxville this week and will be in Louisville next month, followed by Nashville in December.
A tragedy in western Kentucky. A Kentucky father and son were killed this morning after their car was struck by a train while they were on their way to work. The crash happened at the railway crossing at Cherry Hill Road and Robards Busby Station Road. This is in Robards, Kentucky. It's a crossing without arms or lights. This is located in Henderson County. That's western Kentucky. Authorities say the train pushed their car roughly 2,000 feet.
My understanding is they were trying to cross at Cherry Hill, which is the next intersection behind us, about a half-mile back, and they were crossing that. It's a very high intersection. The victims were both employees of Moss Contracting, who issued a statement expressing deep grief and support for their families.
Controversy on the U of L campus after the university's suspension of a Palestinian student advocacy group. University President Dr. Jerry Bradley said the Louisville Students for Justice in Palestine failed to follow campus rules, including at Friday's inauguration. In a campus-wide email, Bradley said he is a strong advocate for students' rights to free speech and assembly, but he added he will not support activities that disrupt university business or endanger other students, faculty, or staff. Bradley said the university has issued an interim suspension to the group after giving multiple warnings. Meanwhile, the student group released a statement on social media saying, in part, LSJP has made multiple attempts to contact President Bradley. We have been ignored every time. We have continued to escalate through community events, educationals, and on-campus disruptions. Administration refuses to listen to us, so we will make them listen.
After more than 30 years of service at Trinity High School, Dr. Dan Zeller will retire as principal of Trinity at the end of the school year. Dr. Zeller is Trinity's longest-serving principal and the 6th principal in the school's history there in St. Matthews. He started at Trinity in 1991. In 2004, he was named principal of Trinity High School under his leadership. Trinity implemented a block schedule in 2012. A search for Trinity's next principal is now underway.